What's going on YouTube? Today, I want to talk to you about building these barbell holders with a single piece of 1/4" MDF. My name's Andy, this is Cedar River Woodworking, and welcome to the show. All right, I know there's a lot more into building these than just a piece of 1/4" MDF. What I actually want to talk to you about is how to build templates. So these barbell holders are something that somebody had brought up. They wanted to figure out how they could do it, and I wanted to show them how you could mass produce them, or at least make identical versions of them. Now, these don't have to be identical, but making a template can help you out further on down your woodworking career. Now, if you're making some high-end furniture or something that has some complex joints in it, templates will be what will save your life on those. Now, let's jump in and I will show you my process of how I make templates. All right, so here is what we are gonna build. This is gonna be a rack for some barbells. And I know that a barbell is about 1 inch in diameter, maybe 1 1/16". Some axle bars can get 2 to 3 inches in diameter. So we are going to drill some holes at 1.5 inches. That's gonna be these holes here. Those holes I wanna do about 2.5 inches from the back edge. And I know that I'm gonna use this on a 1x6. So this dimension is 5 1/4. Let's hop over to the bench and show you how I lay out exactly how I'm gonna do this on a piece of MDF. All right, here over on the bench, we're gonna go ahead and lay this thing out. I have a few different layout tools that I'm gonna use to get everything done here. Now, I do know that I want a 2.5 inch mark. I'm gonna drill the holes 2.5 inches in from the outside edge. So I'm just gonna go ahead and set that up. And I'm gonna mark just all the way down. So we've just got a Sharpie line here. We know that we want 1.5 inches, and I'm gonna be using 1.5 inch Forstner bit. So I'm just gonna use that for my layouts. The top one that we had, we actually just had an opening out of the top. So I'm gonna push that here in the end. And I'm just gonna use my Forstner bit for my layout. So this piece is 24 inches long. So I know that I want to do 4 spaces on here. My top is about 3 inches from the top, which leaves us 3 more spaces that we need to do. So I think if we space these out about 6 inches apart, that should give us plenty to work with. If you're enjoying the content, please consider subscribing and hitting the bell icon to let you know every time that we upload a video. Then we're just gonna go ahead and repeat the process on marking out those holes. Okay, now that we have these holes duplicated across the board, we need to make a way for the barbell to come in and then sit down into that pocket. So I'm gonna make a couple channels here and then a channel to come across the side. I've got a board that's exactly 1.5 inches. I'm just gonna use that to mark out these channels. And then I'm going to use that Forstner bit again to kind of radius the corners on everything. So as you can see, I didn't use the Forstner bit for the corners. I just used a plug here that I had cut out. This is about 1.75 inches. If you want these to match, you can use the 1.5 inch circle, but we just kind of radius these out. Now we're gonna go ahead and cut out these shapes so that we have our final template. Now, if you have these 2 tools, this will greatly aid in making your templates. It's a bandsaw and a spindle sander. If you don't have them, it's okay. I'm gonna show you some simple ways that you can do it. You need a jigsaw. You can also use a handsaw, coping saw, anything like that, and some files. You can do some hand sanding any way that you want to shape these to the shape that you would like. Now, with this clamp down, I'm gonna go ahead and drill out all the spots where I have the Forstner bit lined up, and that's going to be the bottom of our pocket. When you're making templates, try and get creative. Sometimes you need a cap from a bottle, the bottom of a paint can, the bottom of a stain can. You never know what can give you the perfect shape that you were looking for when you are making these templates. Now we're going to go ahead and shape everything out using our jigsaw. If you are liking the video so far, please let us know down in the description below what you would make your templates for. Well, now that we did all that work to shape our template to exactly how we want, remember that you want to have these as smooth of transitions as possible, because these will bleed over into your final product. So if you have any lumps or bumps, it will show on your final product. Well, now that we did all that work on that, we have to do it again to our final product. Luckily, we could just use our template to trace onto here, rough cut it, and we're gonna cut just outside of our Sharpie mark because we're gonna use a router to trim everything to place. So through the magic of editing, we've already got one cut out. We're gonna go ahead and take this over to the router table. You can use handheld routers on these as well. I will have links for all of the bits in the description below. I'm going to be using some of this hippie tape to adhere the template to our workpiece. This is double-sided tape. Carpet tape works really well. I will also link this in the description below. So we are going to be using this router bit here by KO Wood. It's a flush trim bit, and it cuts up to 2 inches in height. This is a monster of a bit. You don't need one this size, but it is a Mac Daddy of a bit. I have it chucked up into my Triton router, and it is sitting on a cast iron bench dog table that's on my table saw. Alexa, turn on Daddy. Now here you can see just how effective the flush trim router bit and this template is. You can see that it rides exactly on the template, and it will directly duplicate whatever shape the template is onto your final piece. I want to thank everyone for sticking around to this point in the video. I really appreciate everybody being here. If you're not yet, please consider subscribing, and if you enjoyed the video, please hit that like button and hit the bell icon to get notifications every time we post a video. Now, templates, like I said, will save your life in a lot of projects. So make sure that you make these. They're easy enough to do, and if you need to duplicate any types of joinery or any joints, these will be there for you. Anyways, for now, my name has been Andy. This has been Cedar River Woodworking, and I'll see you in the next video.